In the Kursk region, a North Korean soldier reportedly shot 3 Russian soldiers amid communication issues during a retreat under fire, according to Russian channels. The soldier responsible has been detained. In a significant blow to Russian logistics and communications, 4 facilities housing telecommunications equipment of illegal Phoenix mobile operator were destroyed in temporarily occupied Donetsk region. The Phoenix network has long been a critical tool for Russian forces, enabling their communication and coordination. Reports indicate that the damage to Russian infrastructure extends beyond Ukraine's borders. Cellular communication equipment in Russia's Leningrad region was severely damaged by fire, and 3 railway relay cabinets controlling rail traffic in Yaroslavl region were destroyed. These incidents underscore the strategic importance of disrupting the logistics and communication systems. Effective targeting of such infrastructure complicates the operations of the Russian army, creating delays and inefficiencies that hinder its aggressive actions. Back to Kursk region, soldiers of the Ukrainian 225th Assault Battalion of the Ukrainian Armed Forces note that the intensity of the use of armored vehicles in this direction has decreased. At the same time, the Russians have increased the activity of sabotage and reconnaissance groups. They shared footage of hunting these groups with night drones. Russia's failure to dislodge Ukrainian forces holding territory in the Kursk region underscores its growing inability to defend its own borders. For months, Ukrainian units have maintained positions inside Russian territory, launching strikes and disrupting military infrastructure. Despite efforts to reinforce the area, Russian forces have been unable to reclaim control, exposing critical weaknesses in border security. Russian State Duma Deputy Vladimir Vasilyev admitted that the import of explosive youth from Central Asia to Russia was deliberately organized, the migration issue. A difficult issue. It arose as a simple solution in a difficult situation. Threats of terrorism, threats of loss of stability in the Central Asian states. Our allied duty, brotherly relations opened the doors for migrants, so that they could somehow channel this explosive youth environment to us, said the leader of the United Russia faction, Vladimir Vasilyev.
The issue of migration, a difficult question. It arose as a simple solution in a complex situation. Threats of terrorism, threats of losing stability in the Central Asian states. Our allied duty and brotherly relations opened the doors for migrants so that they could somehow channel this potentially explosive youth environment towards us. A number of decisions were made, which are now being assessed in a different time. Our peculiarity is that we get smarter. Of course, but not immediately. Sometimes the first apparent decision that is wrong for everyone is made. That happens. Here we see such examples.
Operators of Ukraine's 73rd Naval Special Forces Center launched a massive drone strike on Russian positions, vehicles, and shelters in Pid-Stepny, on Kherson's occupied left bank. Ukrainian reports indicate that Russia is massing troops and equipment along the eastern bank of the Dnipro River, signaling preparations for a potential crossing and renewed offensive in the Kherson region. This buildup suggests Moscow's intent to regain territory lost during Ukraine's successful counteroffensive. However, Ukrainian forces are conducting constant precision strikes on Russian staging areas, ammunition depots, and pontoon crossings, severely disrupting their ability to launch an assault. Ukrainian artillery, drones, and long-range missile systems have been instrumental in targeting Russian positions, forcing them to relocate and delaying offensive plans. By maintaining pressure and denying Russia the opportunity to consolidate forces, Ukraine is effectively turning the Dnipro into a natural barrier. Reports of destroyed equipment and heavy Russian casualties highlight the effectiveness of this strategy, preventing large-scale troop movements. The continued strikes not only safeguard Kherson, but also stretch Russian logistics, further complicating their operations. As the standoff persists, Ukraine's ability to control the tempo of battle along the river demonstrates its tactical advantage and the resilience of its defensive strategy. Putin signs law excluding Talibans from list of terrorist organizations banned in Russia, reported the official legal information portal. According to the law, The ban on activities can be temporarily suspended by a court decision based on a statement from the Prosecutor General of the Russian Federation, if there is evidence that the organization has ceased to justify and support terrorism. They will visit on H-1B visa, the trained foreign specialists. Ukrainian prank calls are continuing to ravage Russian society. 57-year-old set off fireworks in a shopping center in shoddy Rostov region. When detained, he said the FSB made him do it, promising to return the 600,000 rubles, $5,675, he was convinced to send to their bank account for safekeeping. Moscow has raised accusations against Kyiv, claiming its intelligence services orchestrated a wave of arson attacks and explosions across Russia. The incidents, which targeted administrative buildings, police vehicles, and public institutions, have sparked a nationwide investigation. According to Russia's Ministry of Internal Affairs, 55 such attacks occurred between December 18th and 26th. Authorities have arrested 44 suspects they claim were manipulated by Ukrainian operatives.
Горит товар, тушить надо!
72-year-old woman attacked a government services center with Molotov cocktails in Kursk. Once detained by the FSB, she said the FSB made her do it. The ministry alleges that these recruits, often described as pensioners, students, or teenagers, were coerced or incentivized through promises of money. In some cases, suspects were reportedly tricked into believing they would recover lost funds only if they participated in these operations, according to Digi24. A plane crash occurred in South Korea. A Boeing 737-800 passenger plane flew off the runway and collided with a fence at the Muon airport. Firefighters confirmed the deaths of 179 people. This was reported by Yonhap. The Jeju Air Boeing 737-800 was flying from Bangkok to Muon, a city located 300 kilometers from Seoul. There were 175 passengers and 6 crew members on board. At 9 a.m. local time, the plane was landing without releasing the landing gear, which led to a runway slip, a collision with a fence, and a fire. The preliminary cause of the crash is a collision with birds.
폭발했다고 합니다. 다시 한번 전해드리겠습니다. 오늘 오전 9시 10분쯤 전남 무안공항에.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.